Let's see what is the next play. They can play this. Overlord will be scary, but I hope we can go through it. So I think we'll just try to break their turn 3 play. Not the biggest deal, but you know, we'll try to make it work. They will probably just draw the card. We actually whiffed. Not great. Let's go for the bat first, see what the card is. In case this is something that, you know, Right's End or something. It's rare now, but, you know, it's still here. They have very little cards, so they will draw with Biza. Overlord creates 2 flyers. I think it's Overlord. I'm not in love with them drawing cards, but at the same time, they can draw cards with the tome anyway, so it's kind of the same. Blast Zone will be painful, but it's also very, very painfully slow. So they need to play it, they need to pump it, then they need to activate it. They get the cards back, so it seems to be the plan. Getting mana screwed is so bad, man. So we need to go for the Fenrir, and there is on this turn we should be playing Jenova and pumping those into mutants, so we draw cards when Blast Zone explodes. But you know, not much we can do here. This is a 3-drop, so it doesn't die to the Blast Zone. And don't forget, they also need to pay 4 mana and lose a land, so the price is actually pretty high. Do we have enough? Yeah, let's go for the forest. Should be good. We can swing, not the biggest deal, it's just 2 damage, but at some point we need to kill them. Lifelink doesn't matter in this matchup, so, you know. Let's prepare for the Blast Zone, I guess. I would expect them to pass the turn and hope to hit more. Oh, the only creature not dying to the Blast Zone. I see how it is. I see how it is. If we play this, they blow everything up, so we don't have the creatures. If we go Jenova, they do the same before combat phase. They can also answer later. Man, is there a chance? I think we go for this, because they might miss it first thing, and even if they don't, it's 6 damage guaranteed. And it stays in the battlefield. Oh boy. Saddle, I draw a card. I swing. Bro, bat riding on the frog horror mount. That's how we do it in the standard right now. Alright, please give me my card. I want to sacrifice it. So our opponent seems to not want to go for the Blast Zone play. I like having more cards, man. And this is a little bit slow right now. So if they ever tap to play this kind of stuff, we can just go Jenova and go a little bit crazy, because then we can pump the bat, saddle, sacrifice, and we get a ton of cards. I think we get 4 cards from this play. So honestly, this could be better than our opponent expects. We can try to go into value game against them. And we have a nice cut down, which can also matter. Oh, but the triggers are wrong. Oh, alright. But we can still do it. We can still do it. Let's go Gitrog. So they can block with everything. Counter goes here, because this is a bat that will have a very short lifespan. And yeah, so if they double block, it's enough. We have trample, so it's kind of the same. Cut down probably won't change too much. We might try to hit this. Okay. This will be a lot of cards, because... Okay, so we sacrifice, it has 2 powers, so we get 2 cards. And also, it's a mutant, and it dies, and we get 2 cards, right? 2 lands into I mean, yep. And let's get it. Man, this is so many new cards. Love it. And, we can saddle, we don't really want to. Do we go with Cecil, risking a sweeper? They only invested 1 card into this board. Yep, 1 more. Just 1 more. And don't forget, they're at 12. They're not super high on the life total. I want them at 6 or something like this, so we can try to sneak some sneaky lethals. That's fine, we have a new one. Of course it helps our opponent a ton. But it's still, like, you know, it's a control deck. They will remove a lot of our creatures. We need to go through it. And now we can start doing some crazy shenanigans. Man, this will be so good. I think we can do it again with Cecil. We will draw 6 cards. That's a ton. Let's see if they have priority first. There is something. Oh, there is something. That's very scary. If they go for Get Lost on Gitrog, our play is kinda doomed. Very scary stuff. So maybe you just attack and see what happens. Yeah, I like this play more. I just want to make sure that we get some value. And Cecil is already terrifying. And it won't flip for a while. Of course, Death Toucher. They can trade with Biza. But then we draw cards. Yeah, they just Chomp Block. Probably the best choice. And we develop a little bit of a fluff board. Because we want our opponent to start reacting. But we don't want to overcommit. We can also pump the flyer, which is really nice. Is that board good enough to sweep? Oh man, I think they have a sweeper and they are trying to bait it. If I play Bronco, it can be too much. We are getting decent rates. I'm going with this one. Sunfall also exiles, so nothing dies, right? Whenever a mutant you control dies, so it's not dying, it's just exiled into, you know, a world of death. It's kind of the same. The Shadow Realm, basically. Alright, they are tapping, which is nice. I would love them to tap fully. That would make things so easy. I completely forgot about the Blast Zone, by the way, but fortunately it doesn't do much here. At least for now. Alright, so it's double Elephant. I never read what Elephant does. I always see it, and I'm like, alright, it does something with Blink, I think, and I never read it, and then it's face down, and I don't know what I'm playing against. Every single time. They always keep 2 mana. I think they have Get Lost. So if we drop the Gitrog, this will be a huge problem. They will Chomp Block again, so we want to go for the Revenant. Okay, I still think it's the play. I think this is the moment. Gitrog, go! They can block a lot, but then it has to be like tons of creatures blocking. And we saddle it with what? Probably Cecil? It's also a mutant already, so that's super nice. And Revenant will be something that will be very useful for a moment. Let's put the counter. Man, we can put the counter here on the Trampler. If it man, this is decent, and we already are doing with Cecil. It's a mutant, right? Yep. Human Knight Mutant. I don't know what the story in Final Fantasy is, but I don't expect this was the conclusion of the final chapter. This is such a good attack, man. Like, we are dealing 10 damage. Alright, that's an Overlord for free, but it's tapped. It is tapped, and we can draw a ton of cards with this. We probably need more lands, because we need to support all of those new cards. And our opponent is under so much pressure, they are starting to block. Alright, this is good. This is a nice block, fine. We're losing our stuff, but that's okay. I mean, this is as good as it gets. Man, that was such a great call to go for Gitrog. Look at this! Look at this! Behold, the controlled Golgari. Man, we are doing so many cards. Oh, we didn't sacrifice Cecil, so it's not as many, but it's still a ton. And we can go for the Journal right now. Alright, now we need to unleash everything we have. But and go for the Throat. We absolutely need to get rid of the Overlord. Please do it while this is tapped. I should reread the Elephant at some point. I will never do it. And Bronco is nice, but this hits one of the remaining. One of them should be a sweeper. Oh, easy. Well, that makes it easier. Okay. Okay, I actually need to read this. Exile another target non-permanent. They don't need to control it. If you controlled it, return it. Okay, so they can actually kill a creature with this. I really like Cottage, but this is so good. I like lands, man. You know it. Everyone knows it. This could be a better sacrifice. But this is also a land. You know what? Let's go for this. We can always sacrifice and then play the land. Because it's an adventure, of course. And our opponent has one random card. They can get back Biza. We don't know about the last card. It's kinda important. Okay, land from the top, that's nice. I could put some counters. I'm considering activating Cottage here. This could be a very good play. Let's go, let's go. Guys, this is such a cool strategy. Alright, they're going for Demolition Field. I definitely seen it. I definitely seen it. Let's take some green mana. We need to go through them probably at some point. Well, not really, right? Because we only have one Cottage. So that was probably not the best play of the year. I feel like I need to point it out, alright? For educational purposes. Alright, so we don't have this creature. And that means we can take this mana and play probably Bronco. It's a cheap creature that does a lot. And now we should attack. And let's see what happens. They don't have a great block here probably. I could go with flying. No, we just swing. They really want to block the bat. So we need to decide, do we want to sacrifice the bat and give them Biza? Nope. We actually do not. So we just go with Cecil. They can use the Blast Zone, but it's heavy cost. So we will force it. And let's just go like this. We're at 30, so we don't care about the, the damage that Cecil deals to us. We just care about dealing as much damage and getting rid of as many creatures as possible. They're using the elephant. Oh, this is not an elephant! Oh, love it! Oh, that was a cool play, man. That was a really cool play. Alright. Alright, so we finally got rid of the Blast Zone, which means that future 2-drops are all safe forever. Now we can go a little bit harder on the creatures. Can we go double Revenant? Nope. But we can go Journal into Revenant. They have priority from Demolition Field. So we need to go through all of those answers that they have, and then we can go absolutely crazy. I'm not using it yet, because we don't need more cards, at least not now. And we can always use Midgar to get some extra. Oh, this feels like a sweeper top deck. Okay. Yeah, I think they got Sunfall. Alright, this is really good for them. Oh, I really hope that... Okay. They have to have a Sun. Wait, they wouldn't play Biza. That attack was weird. Maybe they have something else that makes sense with it. Alright, guys. We go for the Verge. I can go with Flyers if we want to, or I can just draw a ton of cards. But I think maybe we just go for the swing, man. If we get cards, we can get the Greatsword. Oh, this is really good play. Alright, guys, let's go. We will sacrifice Cecil. This one is a mutant, so we should draw 4 cards with this. On top of 2 cards from Midgar. Man, look how much we can draw. We are completely crushing a control deck with value. And now we can go for Gitrog. No, I think it's for the next turn. And we put counters here. This will be a mutant, vampire mutant, and it hits harder and harder. Let's go. I will try to outvalue this deck. Like, they don't have blue, which means they don't have, like, stock up stuff like this. It's just a control with Maze Mind Tomes and probably Ugin. So we should be fine. This could be for Ugin. Let's go Revenant. Bronco. And the Gitrog will be, the surprise. And finally we can unleash everything because the Blast Zone is off the table. Finally. It took a while. It took a while, and we keep... No, we don't have Tear Asunder. I could draw more cards, but I think it's enough for now. You know what? I will go for the Revenant, just to prepare the next turn. They only have 3 cards for the next turn. They can draw another with Fountain Port, which is something they probably will do. But we can just go through all the removal, all the Sunfalls, all of the Overlords. We should have answers for most of it. We will see, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. And they kept the treasure, which is super interesting. So that suggests that they have some insane, expensive plays like Ugin into something. And they're really aggressive here. I don't understand those attacks. This definitely feels like a sweeper. Come on. Come on. I'm not blocking Biza, just in case, Yeah, this must be a sweeper. But that's good. That will be most of their turn. And we can just replace stuff. Potentially with Gitrog. No. They just keep going. Do they do it for the tokens? Maybe they just want to draw a card and they just decided to wait. But man, they're still behind usually. They can just attack with one. Alright, Solemn Simulacrum. I'm trying to piece together what our opponent has in the hand based on how he plays, but it's really hard. Yep, this is definitely an Ugin deck. Alright guys, they went a little bit all in. If we can draw right now... Okay, I think this is Gitrog turn. If we can draw into Bat, we can probably get rid of everything, and we can Tear Asunder this so they don't draw more cards. They will get one with Simulacrum probably. Or we can go by Air. Nah, we just want to hit hard. I'm considering crewing with Sanctuary, because that's more damage. But it's super expensive, we only have 2 mana after it. No, it's not worth it. Alright, so I want to saddle. No, we just swing. We literally just swing. This one gets the counter, so when it dies, we deal tons of damage. Everything has flank except this guy. And if they block too well, then we get all the stuff. Yeah, that was good call. We would deal 0 damage with this play. Okay, that's what? 7, 9? 16 damage, and they went all in. We could deny the card, but it's better to deny the archive, which draws 2. And we will get all of the cards. And we don't kill Simulacrum! Oh man, this is literal perfection. We get all the cards, they get none. And with this we can spam them with bats and stuff like this. Where are my... Where are my bats, bro? I have those. Oh my god, just a casual 14 cards in the hand in a deck that is supposed to be an aggro deck more. Let's go for this one. There is a chance they top deck Ugin, play it, and we don't have removal, so Sunfall Ugin would probably be the best play, but I'm not playing around it, I'm playing around the fact that they won't draw it. And now, we can activate the Sanctuary at the end step, because they are dead on board already. So we will discard few cards. 1, 2, 2. A Sanctuary is nice. Probably we won't have time for Cottage. I'm keeping Jenova in case, like, you know, she dies. How many more? 6 cards? Oh man, that's so many cards that I don't want to discard. Alright, let's go with... Nope. Cottage. 1 Jenova. I really like the card. This breaks my heart, man. Let's go Cecil. Alright, you got it, you bastard. Alright, let's see. This is... So, our opponent is dead on the next turn, unless one of those 2 cards that they drew is, like, super impactful. It has to be a sweeper. Like, even removal 1 for 1 just doesn't cut it, and it seems they don't have it. Sure. By the way, we can sacrifice, activate only as a sorcerer, but we can discard our hand and transform this, so that's cool. You can use this to replay every creature from the graveyard, so everything that died this game can just be replayed with Journal, so we literally have like second board basically. But we are not using it because we don't need to. Bro, we will literally outvalue a mono-white control, and it's not close. We drew 18, sorry, math really hard. 19 more cards than a control deck. Oh, they see the play. Love it. Love it. That's really good. Alright. And I don't have too many cards. But they don't have blue, they don't have... I will take it. If I have one. By the way, every single Greatsword is still in the library. Because we can equip Jenova and just hit for 4 extra damage a turn. For all of those turns. But, you know, we're going for it. Sure. They're playing in... No, they're going for the big guy. This is a great removal. But let's see if they do something. Nope, they are not attacking. As we expect. Alright, so they actually managed to get one more draw from the top, I think. Is there any... No, we have Gitrog. We'll just play Gitrog. That should be enough to win the game, I think. Man, this was such an epic game of Magic. Now I get the bat when they use everything from the hand. How many bats we have in the library? Is it all of the bats? 1, Oh my god, we actually used every single one of them. That explains why we are not drawing the one. That was the last one. Alright, so how do we want to play it? Definitely Gitrog. Go Froggy. And we want to do as much damage as possible. So we will just pump the Trampler. This doesn't do much. Yeah, that's the attack. Let's go. Let's go. Swing all. Oh, but this feels so good. I think they are dead. They can prevent... Yep, it's exact lethal. After all of this, it's literally exact lethal. 5 damage from Gitrog and Jenova doing the hard work. Bro, look how much we drew. This is crazy. Well, we are against a Chocobo landfall deck and our opponent going absolutely crazy on the play. All you see is cute bird and a lot of triggers that you know will be deadly in a second. Fortunately, we have a very juicy cut down. And I actually played the top land because I did not expect. They started with Fabled Passage and it was like, yeah, we probably don't need to cut down. Well, I was wrong. We absolutely need to cut down. It's the last moment. And this was like the perfect cut down play, man. One-off, but an impactful one-off. So Mockingbird looking just a little bit sad there. And now we can get double black mana and we can start going crazy. We could go Revenant into Greatsword. This is really nice play, man. How much time we have? I want to Fenrir because then we get tons of stuff. Like having extra mana is so useful. I don't know if that's a counter spell. This could provide blue mana, don't forget. We need probably a swamp here. We have a lot of black plays. And Revenant needs double black, so sometimes you will get, bottlenecked a little bit. Alright, this one, but nothing needs protection. So they're just going with air. Okay. So those creatures are basically to double the landfall creatures and also, oh, those are birds. This is a bird Chocobo deck. So they're going for the second strategy, not landfall, but just flying birds. And this deals damage. But it's fine. We have all the tools. So I think we might go Revenant into removal on this turn, into Greatsword, and then we go crazy. I like this play. I really hope it survives. To be absolutely honest, this is not the end of the world. And if they have another, this is legendary, so they kinda kill itself. However, if we let them untap, now they have no priority. They will have priority potentially on the next turn. So they could protect their creatures. But I can erase it. And if they protect, that means they pay mana. So this is a bit of a risky play. If I really wanted to remove it, I would do it on my turn. But I can risk this surviving because we can just raise. Don't attack because that will be scary. Okay. If I kill it at that. We are at 13, that's plenty. As long as the Revenant survives, it doesn't matter. Okay, do you have a play? No instants. Man, that means we can equip the Greatsword. That's massive, and we can even check the hand. Oh man, that's how you break your opponent completely. Double land, love to see it. And now we go Greatsword. We equip it. And oh boy. It's absolutely massive. Let's go. They can double trade. I'm fine with it. Because that means they're losing all the cards and they have nothing. Man, that was good. Well, our opponent is going first and we have way too many lands. So definitely not our perfect opening so far. But let's see what our opponent is playing. More lands. Alright. We can chill with the lands right now. We need probably some Jenova. Or, just something to get some value. Bronco can make it work, especially that we can curve into the Greatsword, which is a 3 power creature, actually 4 power creature, so we can saddle nicely. But let's see, it should be Rakdos Reanimator, I believe. Let's go for Bronco, see if there's removal. No stick. Alright, so I expect some zombify shenanigans, but I'm not super sure yet. What do? You know Bronco is scary. This is a card that is always getting some reaction. Fenrir is also very nice, but man, the Greatsword combo is even better because you can literally play this, saddle, and then re-equip it on Bronco so it hits for 5 already. So that's a really cool interaction. But you need to make sure that your opponent doesn't want to remove the creature, because then you are losing some, some life gain. Sometimes it even doesn't matter if you're playing against control deck, but you need to identify what is going on. I think they have removal. So for this reason, I'm going for a bit of a different play. No, they have no removal. No way. Alright, so we still go for what? Bro, we have way too many lands this game. Like, we are at 7 on 11 cards, basically. But we can draw something here, because we can still saddle. Less damage, but same card. Come on! Alright, so our opponent swept everything. Good for them, and our advantage that we got from this play was more lands. So, definitely. Oh my god, this is like not the draw we really wanted. But it's fine. We still have all the big tools in the deck, so we will draw them. We probably want to go into Jenova at some point and start activating Cottage, putting counters here, and the Greatsword will probably stay. So, bro, lance and go for the... What is this draw? Absolute abomination. Let's go for the Cottage. We have another one, so I can risk this one. It will probably die. But that means that maybe the token will survive. And we need to dish the damage somehow, because we are not getting those cards from the library, it seems. Definitely, man, we literally have no place. Like, 0 place. So they can trade here, but that's fine. We still deal 4 damage. And we can each time equip Greatsword on this guy. There's no point in doing it now, because it stops being a creature and it gets unequipped, so we kinda waste life if we do it. But on the next turns, every time our opponent taps, this is like 0 mana lightning bolt, in a way, because you pay 3 life and you deal 3 extra damage to face. Alright, more... Are you serious? Okay, this draw is I'm losing my mind right now. I will continue. We could go for the Sanctuary, but we do it next turn. So they will just make probably a fish or remove this Cottage. So this won't accomplish anything, but you know, in the situation where we literally have no place since 3 turns, I mean... Oh boy, let's go like this, I guess. On the bright side, they're losing 1 life. I guess, you know what? At this point, I'm just using removal on this. Like, our draw is so bad, this is like the best case scenario for us, for those go for the frauds. And our opponent probably doesn't. Okay, if they do the same play again, I might equip Greatsword just for the extra... Oh my god, this was the weirdest Magic game ever played. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this craziness with Jenova, that without mono red is so much better now. And I love using Gitrog, because this is the card I wept about. I wanted to use it. I used this in like a Golgari deck over 1 year ago, and then the Slick Shot came, and then the mouse and the mice and stuff like this, and you could not use it because it was too slow. And now we are basically reclaiming standard for like hundreds of cards. It feels amazing. I just needed to share the excitement, alright? And before we go further, yes, you guessed it, our absolute legend for today is none other than Blob Zombie, our absolute veteran on the channel and the pun master himself. So really thank you, my friend, not only for supporting on the Patreon, but also for just making this channel a cool place with your, funny puns, great comments, and always being here. Really, really appreciate it. And by the way, yes, I actually googled some pun dictionaries at some point to match your power, and at this point I'm just enjoying it. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy Golgari. I think you do, and this deck is for you, so I absolutely appreciate it. And with that being said, about the deck, obviously we have this Jenova Gitrog shenanigan. Absolutely love this play, because you can force with this a sacrifice, because this has trample. It also usually hits face. You have some removal to make sure of it. You have the bats to interrupt your opponent's game plan. You can even equip the frog with the Greatsword, so it's a frog horror mutant knight mount with trample and haste. I mean, what a time to be alive in standard. As a side note, man, it's so much better without mono red. Like, imagine the world where the bans didn't happen, we would still be, ranting about being on the draw. So I really enjoyed it. With Greatsword, you can activate Jenova. Fenrir is great because it gives you mana, then puts counter on, for example, Jenova, so it's 2 power, so it doesn't need the Greatsword, and then of course you can draw some cards. So all of the deck is kind of synergistic. Greatsword is also great with Bronco, so you can deal tons of damage on basically turn 3, and with Bats, Cecil, this kind of stuff, you are having a lot of options to interrupt your opponent. I went with the Journal, but the Journal is a little bit wonky, but it gives you not only a way to sacrifice creatures all the time. Don't forget, this is legendary artifact, so you benefit quite a lot from having a one-off. During the game you will find it and it will stay for the rest of the game, sacrificing creatures whenever you need them. But to be honest, I didn't use it too much, so you don't need to craft it. It depends. I like this card personally. But the important part is that you can also discard your hand, transform Journal, and basically cast all creatures from the graveyard again. So it's in a way doubling the power of your deck. So it's a wonky card, probably a bit of shenanigans. Revenant was the last addition because I realized that we need something that lifelinks flies, so we have good target to pump with Jenova, because sometimes you miss on the bat and those lifelinkers really love those counters. And with Gitrog you can just keep drawing so many cards. I also love the interaction between like Jenova and Gitrog, both using the same creature. So you get cards because it's a mutant, and when it dies, and you also sacrifice it to this effect and you draw cards again. So you basically get double draw from the creature power in this way, and you just need a sacrificial lamp, so you can pump them with those 2 cool creatures so they look how it's sacrifice for value. Alright, this is cool, and yeah, that's kinda it for the deck. I really liked it. It's probably not the most competitive Golgari, but at the same time it's one of the coolest ones, and I hope you liked it. And yes, we have Midgar, City of Mako, which also is great to sacrifice your creatures, draw cards, and force a mutant synergy because a mutant has died, because your opponent won't kill them. I guarantee you need to do it yourself. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Really thank you also for all the Patreons that are supporting this channel relentlessly so we can make content every single day. Really appreciate it, guys, and you are so cool for doing it. Thank you. Just a huge thank you. And if you, dear viewer, wanted to help, check out the Patreon. You can just check it out and see if you like it. So yeah, thank you for watching until then, and see you guys tomorrow.